What's up, YouTube? DUBKDADONE Team DKF. It's Deck Doctor time. This first deck series comes to us from salvoarmyfaceroll, and he submitted his Meklords deck. This is a very interesting deck. People have been watching me play this on Dueling Network past week, and I had a lot of fun working with this deck. So this is just a little tip to you guys. If you want me to work on your deck, send me something that's original and has potential. I like this a lot. It's really, really fun. So we're going to start off. I'm going to show you guys the original deck list. Alright, we start with Dark Arm, 2 Dark Samord, Caius, 1 Meklord Emperor Skill, 2 Meklord Emperor Granel, 3 Meklord Army Skill, 3 Meklord Army Weisel. I guess that's Weisel right there. Whatever. 1 Flying Karamkiri, 2 Black Salvo, 1 Delta Flyer, 5 Thruster Soldier, Gore, Sangin, 2 Reaper, 1 MST, Limited Removal, Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Pot of Duality, Dark Hole, Forbidden Chalice, Torrential Tribute, 2 Call of the Haunted, 3 Chaos Infinity, 2 Dark Bribe, and 2 Mech-Time Blast. And we'll go up to his extra deck. Bronic, Gaia Knight, 2 Black Rose, 2 Archfiend, Scrap Archfiend, whatever the thing is called, 2 Scrap Dragon, 2 Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, 2 number 17, 2 number 39. Alright, so when you guys first look at the deck, you can see right off the bat some of the inconsistencies. I understand the Dark Arm, he's running quite a few Darks. Salvos obviously grabbed the Meklord Weisels, so he can go into his level 7s. The Samorgs, he has the Wind Monsters, Flying Karamkiri, the Skills, then all the Dark Monsters. I could not for the life of me understand the Blackluster Soldier. I mean, he can go into the Utopia, but he doesn't run enough lights, and it was a dead draw when I was testing the deck a lot. You know, it's hard to imagine Blackluster Soldier being a dead draw, but in this deck it is. It's unnecessary. He's running the tuners, and because he wants to synchro, but as you can see in this format now, tuners aren't really necessary anymore, especially at Monster Reborn. So you can just reborn your opponent's tuners. We have Exceeds now, so I don't really think the decks always have to focus on synchro power. One of his concerns that he voiced to me was that he wanted beaters, and hence the reason for the Samorgs and the Dark Arm and the tuners and whatnot. But there's something to be said for applying pressure to your opponent, using your cards wisely, and then remembering the effects of your cards, RTFC. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the edit to the deck that I made. Here it is. Let's give you the deck list. We have 2 Meklord Weisel, 2 Meklord Granel, 3 Meklord Army Skill, 3 Meklord Army Weisel, 3 Meklord Army Granel, Gorse, 2 Reaper, Sangin, 2 Valor, 2 MST, Limit Removal, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, 2 Pot of Duality, Dark Hole, Mind Control, Book of Moon, 3 Chaos Infinity, 2 Mech-Time Blast, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, 2 Solemn Warning, Trap Dust Shoot, and Solemn Judgment. And extra deck, Taster, Bronic, Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Trishula, number 17, Levier, Zenmaines, 2 number 39, Roach, 2 Zenmeister, and Fortress Dragon. Alright, so we'll go back here. Alright, so you can see some of the changes that I made. I dropped the Samorg, I dropped the Dark Arm, I dropped the Salvos. I mean, with Salvo, Effect Valor, Maxi, those cards wrecked that card, so I don't think it's necessary. I kept the Gores. I don't remember if he was running Gores. Let's see, yeah, he was running Gores. Gorge is too good not to run. I could not understand for the life of me why he wasn't running Mind Control. You can go into his Exceeds. He's only running one Duality, one MST. I guess that was to make room for some of the other tech cards he wanted to run, and I just didn't think that was necessary. I wanted to focus on the removal so we can get our combos off. So we got the two MSTs. We need to search for combo pieces, so I added the second Duality. I kept the Chaos Infinities because that sets up a lot of combos. In the end phase, when you bring out your Meklord army guy, it's destroyed, and that will trigger your Meklord Emperors. So that's really good. Something else to consider is that Utopia, when he has no materials and he's destroyed by his own effect, that will also trigger the Meklord Emperors. So that's a little cool side note. He wanted beaters, and when I showed him the first list, he's like, well, there's no beaters. I said, dude, Meklord Granel is amazing. When he's summoned to the field, you instantly have a monster on the field. So they have to have at least 3,200 attack or more to match or beat Granel. So he's an instant out to just like anything your opponent puts on the field. That Black Legend Soldier, you summon, shrink that shit, run it over. Scrap Dragon, Stardust, whatever. He summons, he shrinks, and he can run it over. So that's really, really good. I dropped the Flying Kamakiri. I understand that he wanted it to grab the skill, but it's not necessary. We can search it with our Chaos Infinity when we need to. Another thing, Effect Veiler. We threw the Effect Veilers in there because Insectors are insane. It is a tuner, but we have to stop the Insectors. We don't want Scrap Dragon blowing up our shit unnecessarily. We don't like Black Rose. Just stopping those effects were just too good. And I understand that price, because he wants to run his deck in real life, and price was a factor. But you'll see the price of Effect Veiler going down drastically because of the super reprint in Order of Chaos Special Edition. So that wasn't a thing. I was kind of iffy on the Mech Time Blast because that's super situational, and most times it's a -1. You have to destroy your dude and their dude. It's only good if you have the Meklord Emperor in hand, but even still, it's still a -1. So you'll see in another edit that I ended up dropping it all together. For replacements, because we're still talking about cost, the Zen Mines, the Levier, the Roach, you can make that another 17. The Levier could be another 17. Zen Meister, or the, wow, I can't remember the thing. Zen Mains can be another level 6. It could be Army Arm, it could be Formula Synchron, because we do run the Veiler, and we have the Meklords. The Roach, you can make that be a third Utopia, random synchro that you want, or a third Zen Meister. The Zen Meister's in there because he's a machine, works with limit removal. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why he was not running Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. He's running all these machines. He can reborn opposing Cyber Dragons. There's a lot of people who run Cyber Dragon in their deck, but they don't run Fortress Dragon because they don't think the situation ever come up, or they don't run any other machines. They don't have space in the extra deck or whatever. And I've caught people off guard because I don't run Cyber Dragon, but I do run a Fortress Dragon. A person left their Cyber Dragon on the field. I set my Meklord Granel, our Meklord Army Granel, activated Chaos Infinity, got a skill, Contact Fuse, had a 3,000 Beatstick Fortress Dragon for game. So, those are things to consider with the deck. Now let's take a look at the final edit. This is what I was using last night and the past 2-3 nights. We have one Meklord Army Weisel, one Meklord Army Granel, one Meklord Emperor Weisel, Meklord Emperor Granel, 3 Meklord Army Skill, 3 Army Weisel, 3 Army Granel, Gorge, 2 Reaper Sangin, 2 Veiler, 2 Max C, 2 MST, Limiter, Heavy, Reborn, 2 Duality, Dark Hole, Mind Control Book, 3 Infinity, Mirror Force, Torrential, 2 Warning, Dust Shoot, Solemn, and Double Compulse. Extra deck, Formula, Army Arm, Catastor, Brio, Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Trishula, Zen Mains, 2 Utopia, Roach, 2 Zen Meister, and Fortress Dragon. Alright, so let's talk about this. As you can see, I added the Maxi and I dropped one each of the Meklord Emperors. This is going to be a problem because of the price, but I didn't like having so many of those Meklords in hand, because once your opponent figures out what you're playing, they're less likely to blow your shit up. I don't like relying on my Chaos Infinity to get the effects of these guys off, and for the lack of putting any other monster in there through the Maxi, you could potentially make those Thunder Kings. Thunder King is about $10 for the common. That's not too hard to come by. As you can see, I dropped the Mech Time Blast. Again, it's a neg one, and it's just too situational. I didn't like it. Formula Synchron. I mean, come on. You got Baylor. Those guys level 1. You never know. Army Arm. You gotta run it. Whenever time you run Baylor in level 3s, you gotta run Army Arm. Army Arm wins games. Trishula. If you don't have access to a Trishula, Mistworm, it's fairly cheap now since nobody runs it. This could be a number 17. I just happen to like Zen Mains. Of course, you got the 2 Utopia, Roach. That can be a second Fortress Dragon. It could be a third Zen Meister, random Synchro. Or if you want to, if you don't want to run these 2 Maxis, and you don't have Thunder Kings, you could make that 2 Cyber Dragons. And in that case, I would make the Roach a second Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. Alright, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to see more of these, please thumbs up the video. If you want to see duels, I recorded several duels with the finished product. The duels with the first version was just blowouts. It was just crazy, and I put myself on a line because I dueled and raided, and I lost a lot of points using the initial build because I felt that if I dueled and raided, it would force me to take the deck seriously and make serious edits to the deck. And when I upload the duels, do you guys want music in the background or do you want commentary? And thumbs up, for all that. Comment down below about how you want the duels to look, and comment about the job I did on the deck and the job I did in the video. I'd really appreciate that. This is DUBKDAD, Team DKF, and I'm signing out, guys.